everyone, you're watching SGTV with Intradil Basu. Today we have Bangladeshi legend with us, Shakib Al Hassan. Shakib, welcome to SGTV. Good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No, really, you're such a legend. I mean, someone who's been there for such a long time and you know, batting, bowling with same intensity all throughout. I mean, I've never seen someone so prepared for matches. In every match you played, whichever level, I mean, Bangladeshi League, Premier League, or you know, IPL, you're always ready. I mean, that's a special thing about you.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored. I mean, since I started playing cricket, the only thing I love doing is, contributing for my team. So I still have that hunger in me, and I'm lucky that I survived for this long, and hopefully a few more years.
Why few more years? A lot of years. Why few more years? A lot of years. You know, and I remember staying in that level, you know, #1 all-rounder in ICC ranking for so many years consistently. And that was something remarkable, which doesn't happen. We see a lot of Indian players going up and down. They become #1. And every cricketer has a phase, you know, good phase, bad phase. But you have been very, very consistent. If not with the ball, with the bat. If not with the bat, with the ball. You're constantly doing something. You're a busy player. You're always contributing to the game in some form or the other.
Well, as I said, I think I was a little lucky in that sense because I do both. Normally people either they are batsman or they are bowler, but for me, I do both. So I have that advantage. So if I'm not contributing with my ball, I'm doing with my bat. If I'm not contributing with my bat, I'm doing with my ball. So that's the advantage I have. But I always look to do well both with bat and ball. Sometimes it comes on, sometimes it doesn't. But the important part is I keep on trying and keep on trying, contributing for the whatever team I'm playing for.
And if bat and ball won't work on a particular day, a brilliant catch will turn things around. And that's why you're in great demand when it comes to IPL. You're the only player who's always been, and franchisee cricket is looking for your kind of player, and you're the only sole example. Of course, Mustafizur is also someone who's played IPL, but you've been coming here to India quite consistently. Don't you think, I mean, more players from Bangladesh should get opportunity, because that will overall help the team? That's important for Bangladesh to have more cricketers.
I'd love to see a few more players from Bangladesh representing, IPL. That would help our cricket immensely. That will boost their confidence. They will know what it takes to play in such a intense atmosphere, and that will give them enough boost, to be able to do well for their country as well. So in near future, hopefully from next season, I'd love to see a few more players from Bangladesh playing in IPL.
Absolutely, and inshallah that should happen. They are a very strong side, and it's very tough. I've seen Dhoni and company struggling to beat Bangladesh. It's happened. That huge series, historic win over India in Bangladesh. So, I mean, do you think that pandemic has dented the side a little more, and is it the same what it used to be in 2015-16?
I think it is still the same. I think we have only lost one series against England since 2015 till now, and that result was 2-1. Other than that, we have beaten India, Pakistan, South Africa, and Afghanistan, and Zimbabwe, all other teams that came visited Bangladesh during this time. So we have a formidable side in especially in ODI at home. But we are looking to improve also in Test and T20s now, and BCB has been focusing on those areas big time.
And the biggest thing about Bangladesh cricket, and how can I forget, the fans. You win a match, and it takes for 1 kilometer distance for any to get out of the stadium. For 1 kilometer distance, you'll have to travel for 2 hours.
Yes, crazy cricket-loving country, and so
Yes.
emotional. People are so emotional. They just love the game. They want to win. Of course, they are competitive, but at the same time, they are so passionate.
So what are the three qualities that would define a Bangladeshi?
Football for sure. Uh,
Okay.
uh, Fish.
Okay.
No, I'm not singing in bathroom. To be honest, with especially with Kolkata and Bangladesh, because of the language and all,
Yeah.
it normally feels the same country. So you normally don't know what the song is coming from, or whether it is from Kolkata or from Bangladesh.
Yeah. Even the culture and everything is so similar. But there is one more thing also about Bengal, which is Saurav Ganguly, and he's quite popular in Bangladesh also. I'm sure about it.
Yes,
Bangladesh.
this is very popular in this part of the world. It's
Yeah.
very popular.
But Shakib, you're also a great example in front of all Bangladeshi cricket fans. You do a lot of philanthropic work as well. If you can kindly tell us what all things you do. You must have done a lot of service during the pandemic. If you can kindly tell us.
Well, I did whatever I could. As a responsible person of the society, I'm supposed to do when I'm whenever way I can. So I
Yeah.
tried my best. Uh, the way Bangladesh was suffering during the start of the pandemic, so everyone had to come up, and we are lucky that we stick together at that time as a nation, and we did well. I think we did very well. It's not over yet, uh, but I think we handled it very well, from the government side and individually, privately. I think everyone helped the way they could have done. So credit goes to the whole nation.
Absolutely. But when a cricketer, a legendary figure like you doing something, taking the lead, it really uh, gives a loud and clear message that I mean it's a big thing for the entire surrounding, and you're doing a great job as a cricketer as well as a great philanthropist, which is so important. Coming back to cricket, it's also sort of we our heart is filled with pride when we see you carrying that SG bat in the middle.
Mhm.
When you get into the ground, rolling your arms, so the SG, you're top to bottom, you're an SG, perfect brand ambassador.
Well, but I love their kits. To be honest, there are many times that I got offer from other brands, but
Yeah.
I choose not to leave this brand. I love their bats, their soft leathers, everything. To be honest, and they look after me so well, and I'm thankful to HG. To be honest, the way they looked after me. So hopefully, I'll be able to finish my career with HG, and,
Absolutely, absolutely.
and someday maybe bring HG factory here in Bangladesh.
Oh wow, that'll be quite a opportunity. But what really stands out, because we talk to a lot of cricketers who play with the SG equipment, and they have only one thing to say, that is the quality control over the years, the way they have done it, producing quality bats. And I've heard stories about how the bats arrive at the nets or at home of a cricketer. He just takes it to the ground and start playing a cricket match. It's that ready. It's
Yes,
that
that's
match ready,
normally
which is
what I
phenomenal.
do. Yeah, I don't need 10-15 days to prepare my bat to play the match. I
Yeah,
just get the bat out of my courier service, and next day I'm playing a match with that. So it's that's how well it's prepared. So I love the way they have managed their quality, and
yeah.
it's only improving day by day. So I cannot thank them enough, the way they are making those stuff for me and for other players who is representing AG at this moment.
Absolutely. And whosoever wants whatever sort of weight, it's been taken care of, personal care is given. These things really matter a lot for a cricketer, and it's
It
not
does matter.
that, that's the emotional bonding you get to have.
Yes, of course. I mean, for a player, but the best thing, especially for a batsman, the most important thing you need is your bat and gloves. and the equipments you are wearing while you are batting. So if you are comfortable with that, that gives you, sigh of relief. So you don't need to think about, oh, I don't have a good bats. If I hit it, even if I miss time it don't go for six. You just know that if you connect it somewhere near the middle, it's going for six or going for a boundary. So that gives you a huge confidence boost.
Absolutely. And Shakib, what I really like, I'm a huge fan of your batting as well, because you takes those ones and twos, which is important in cricket. You're not only ready for the boundary ball, which you'll dispatch inevitably to the fence or hit it over the rope for a six, but you're also looking for those ones and twos, which are very important in cricket. You're a busy player. Once you're there on the crease, what I like, you're not wasting your time just blocking the ball. You just keep playing, keep the scoreboard ticking, which is a real success, and that's why you're a quality all-rounder, isn't it?
Well, I think it's a big part of your game, of my game, especially when you are playing ODIs and any form of the games. As long as you are rotating strikes, you are not playing more dot balls, I think you are doing okay. And in the meantime, you pick up here and there for a boundaries or sixes. So that will give you, a good healthy strike rate that's needed, especially in modern game. So in that way, I'm lucky, but still there are many areas that I can still improve.
No, but you do it so well. This is a unique style about your batting, and I notice it all the time. Whenever Shakib is there, as long as he's there, the guys who's doing the scoring is not going to rest. He can't go to the loo for a loo break or something. He has to be right on the money, because Shakib will keep the scorer busy.
Well, I hope that I can continue that. It's not easy every time I go out to bat. There are so many things that need to be adjusted every time a batsman goes to bat. But I'm lucky in that way that I've been successful doing that for this long.
And probably you haven't opened at the highest level. You can do that also, I'm sure, given a choice.
Well, I'm batting at number 3. So if someone gets out in the first over or first ball,
you're as good as an opener.
Yeah.
No, but tell me something. How much stuff how much energy do you put in behind batting? Does it come naturally to you? Because
no.
Doing bats bowling all rounder or a batting all rounder?
I would say 50-50. I put a lot of work on my batting, not as much as I put on my bowling, but bowling is something, it's little natural, I would say. But with batting, I put a lot of hard works. I put lots of time in the nets whenever I needed to be. So I put more work on my batting than bowling normally. But once I think when I'm batting well, then I look into my bowling side as well, and if there is some little adjustment I need to be made, I try to do that.
It's all about doing your basics right in the nets, right? At the end of the day, no matter how big you are, how many wickets you have taken, how many runs you've scored in the previous game, you have to perform out there every day, and for that you have to be really accurate and punctual and everything in the nets. That discipline is important, isn't it?
Yes, with discipline and with honesty, you can work for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and if you are not honest with your work, it's not helping, it's not getting you anywhere. So you have to be disciplined, of course, and at the same time you have to be honest with your work, what you are doing.
No, and you're really accurate with your bowling, and I'm sure you must be doing a lot of spot bowling. How many overs do you generally bowl in the nets if you're having?
Normally I hardly bowl in the nets, to be honest. I don't bowl much in the nets. Only when I needed to, then I do bowl, but otherwise I don't bowl too much at the nets.
It's only batting.
It's only batting.
And then yet you make it 50-50. Yeah.
Because I cannot think of myself doing one and sacrificing another. And so one gives me enough confidence to do well on my other part as well. So if I'm batting, I'm if I score runs, that give me enough confidence to bowl well. If I'm bowling well, that give me enough confidence to bat well. So that's why, it is always 50-50.
No, it's such an example. I mean, whosoever would watch this should learn how to divide your your disciplines. But coming to your, you're a quality player, but a quality player also needs to be very aggressive on the field, needs to be assertive. So are you aggressive or assertive? I mean, how do you look yourself on the field?
Combination of both, I would say.
Okay.
I do get aggressive, but normally not so much aggressive.
Okay. No, but Bangladeshi fans, I mean, whenever you play, there's a lot of passion involved, as you rightly said. The players also get carried away a lot of times. So how do you control that adrenaline inside you?
Even I cannot control all the time, but I'm still learning on that. But you have to get used to it. But you cannot deny these facts. Better for my career is to be able to understand them and adjust to it.
And Shakib, you are a great all-rounder. When you look at the Bangladesh side, so you must be encouraging all the other players also to follow your example. How do you do that? So if someone is trying to bat well or someone trying to bowl well and someone is trying to be a Shakib in the team, so how do you encourage those
newcomers are more intelligent than we used to be when we started playing cricket. They have more technologies. They are more fitter than we used to be when we started playing cricket. So they are ahead of the game already. So I tend to learn from them, rather it's the opposite. So it's a good thing, good competition, and I think that's how it should be.
Are you a big fan of the Indian cricketers, the kind of brand of cricket they are playing?
I think in last 10 years, with the introducing of this IPL, I think Indian cricket have gone so far away. But as you can see now, they are making two teams.
Yeah.
So this is the bench strength they have. So they have enough players now, enough bench strength that if someone gets injured, they don't have to worry about it. In that way, I think Indian cricket has gone way far ahead compared to others. Probably Virat Kohli, obviously, then Rohit Sharma, the way he plays, he carries. Whenever he's in form, he's someone I look up to. The way he plays the game, Virat Kohli has to be up there. These are the two guys, and also the bowling attack India have. I admire their bowling attack, the fast bowling strength they have at this moment, and with the quality spinners, they are a brilliant side.
Absolutely, they are doing well, but unfortunately, there is not many wins happening in big tournaments. Probably this will happen with time. We have been waiting for a long time. Probably,
but to be honest, they are playing consistently well. It's just in a knockout stage, what happens? You just suddenly play one bad game and you are out of the tournament. So that way it's you cannot just justify their improvement or skill or the way they improve their game. It just one bad game and you are out of the tournament. That's what happens in big tournaments. So teams are playing really well. Suddenly in the semi-final, you play one bad game, which can happen to anyone, and you're out of the tournament.
It's all about all-rounders, right? I mean, if you have all-rounders, you're right there. I mean, I've seen in Indian cricket 83, when we won the World Cup, it was all-rounder. 2007, it was all-rounder. Yuvraj Singh bowling and batting. 2011, it was again all-rounder, Yuvraj Singh doing the job. So the story was always about all-rounders, isn't it?
Most of the time it is, because they got more chance of doing things for the team, because they do both the part with the bat and the ball. So they have that advantage.
They have that advantage. But another all-rounder in making, he's doing very well with the bat. 500s under his belt in Test cricket. Ravichandran Ashwin. And he's bowling beautifully. I mean,
yes, I think his batting is very underrated. I think he's a better batsman than it used to look like. I think his batting is very underrated, and the quality of the bowling he does for India, it's been tremendous.
The key is to stay there for a long time. And when you talk about longevity, one name which comes to my mind is also Shakib Al Hassan. What it takes to get to that longevity bit, you know, for a youngster, if you were to advise a youngster,
I think
to stay there.
Two important things. You have to be disciplined and you have to be honest with your work. What I just mentioned a few minutes back. If you are honest with your work, I think, and you are disciplined, I think you have a better chance of playing for a longer period of time. But if you are not doing those two things rightly, you have a very slim chance you will be successful.
And days, and the last question, the days you're not successful, you know, chips are down and thoughts come to your mind that let's not play the game anymore. I mean, I had enough. I can't take it anymore. So how to lift yourself? Is it sort of a feeling, a thought which would come automatically inside you, would develop automatically inside you, or you have to talk to people, talk to family? How does it happen? I mean, what's the best way to come out of?
I think it's combination of everything. Sometimes you need to talk to your family, you need to talk to your friends, your coaches. They will motivate you. Sometimes it will come within from yourself automatically. Because the way I grew up, normally it comes within myself. But sometimes also I do need help from my family, my coaches, my friends. The way they talk, the way they think of me. So that gives me enough motivation to continue playing cricket and contribute for Bangladesh.
So on that note, Shakib Al Hassan, you've been really making us proud, not only your family, friends, your surrounding, and Bangladesh cricket all across the world. Congratulations. Keep inspiring us. Keep doing well. Stay fit. And thanks for coming on SGTV.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure.